Hi, and welcome to your new Home Value Guides website. We're so very glad to have you, and we're committed to making this experience easy and set up fun. A couple items here I want to point out to you before we get started. On every page of the website, we've put a dashboard message here. We want you to know that there's an easy setup wizard. You can click this and get there. You can also click it down here. We want you to know that getting to Cloud CMA, which is our technology partner that delivers these fantastic reports directly with MLS data, is just a click away. It's right here. Also, support is just a click away. We don't want you to get frustrated. We don't want you to try over and over. We want you to reach out as soon as you need some help and submit a ticket, and we'll get back to you as quick as possible. Now, no matter what page you are in here, doing your settings, whatever, support is always going to be over here on the right side. The really nice thing about this is that there's a screenshot feature here. I want you to always please take advantage of that if it's at all relevant. What this will do is actually take a screenshot of the page we're looking at, so there's no question about what you need help with. All right, let's just jump right into it. To get started, you're going to want to activate the easy setup wizard, whether it's here or whether it's here. I'll just click right here. Now, don't be concerned if some of these menu items are slightly different on your website. We're going to be growing, changing, improving all the time, and we'll update this video when it becomes critical to update. Okay. The first step here is it says customize your website's title. This is totally optional. You may want to write Torrance Home Value Guides. You might want to write what's your home worth ? Whatever it is, it's simply this section right here. When you finish that, go over and hit update. This is essentially save. Okay. Whenever you make changes, you're going to have to look for a spot on the page to update or save. When you're done customizing your website's title, we're going to go to the thank you page. The thank you page is the page on the site that your users are going to be directed to after they enter in their address and their email. Now, whenever you're in doubt, simply come here, open link in new tab. You can take a look at exactly what that page is going to look like. Now, you may want to put thank you for requesting a CMA. Thank you for requesting your home value. You may want to put your name in here. We've tried to put in here the nicest generic default content we were able to do. So if you don't touch it, it should work for you. However, I would encourage you to customize it. Specifically, I would encourage you to put your email address somewhere in here. The reason is that if someone has problems, if the report isn't sent out to someone and it's an email issue, they can get really frustrated. And obviously, we're here to generate leads and to generate listings and to generate business, not frustrate people. So put your email address in here so that people can click it, can email you and say, hey, I didn't get that CMA, and you can log into Cloud CMA directly, get it, and email it to them directly, so they're going to get it. All right, when you're done on that page, be sure to hit update. Next step, configure your profile. For most of you, this really won't be important at all, because it'll all be set up. You'll already have set your password, you'll already have set your email. But let's say you signed up with an email and then you decide, you know what, I'd really like this to go to my team or my buyer's agent or my listing agent, whatever. You go ahead and change that email, come down here and hit update profile. Okay. It's very important that you always update the profile. All this other stuff, this is most of it doesn't display. If it's blank, you don't need to worry about it at all. And you just want to come down here and update your profile when you're done. But as I said again, for most of you, the only item in here that you might need to change is your email from time to time. And that's it. Next step, configure your website settings. Okay, this is the meat of the site itself. And as we expand and grow, you'll see even more features here. However, we've set it up as much as we can so that you have to change as little as possible to get going. Now, you may get into it and say, you know what, I want a really special email sent to my people. I want a special signature. I want to put my Facebook URLs in there and stuff, and that's awesome. But right out the gate, you shouldn't have to change too much. So let's get right into it and explain what these items mean. I won't get too detailed right now because I'll do a separate advanced video to get exactly what is the page header, exactly what is the page footer. What I'm going to cover in this video is what you absolutely need to do to get up and running. On this first tab, you really don't need to do, and you shouldn't need to do anything. You may prefer to put in a background image that matches your area more. It's critical that you have a house that represents your geographic area. For example, don't put in an ocean if you live in the Midwest. And don't put in a, you get the idea, okay? But this picture we've found, it really works well. It's a really nice default image, okay? So you might just want to keep it. Now, if you do want to put your own in, come over here and you could put your cursor over this tooltip and see some more information on the size of photo that works best. Okay, you could get really custom here. Okay, the map page is the page after someone puts in their address. This is where it locates their property. There's an arrow pointing to it. And these are all the different messages. As a matter of fact, you shouldn't have to change any of these here. If in fact you don't see an icon right here, a graphic, don't mess with it. We'll look into why that's not showing. It actually is saved here, so you're in great shape. Okay, so don't mess with that. The next one is the email settings. This is one you are going to most definitely customize. You definitely do want to get an email notification. Okay, sorry about the misspelling here. We'll get this fixed. You may want to get a notification if someone just enters their address. Okay, let me walk you through how that might happen. If I come here and I put in, 123 Main Street, I get to this page and I say, oh, I've got to put in an email. I'm out of here. What a lot of really successful agents are doing right now is they take that address and they add them to a special mailing. Are you interested in moving? I saw you came to our website. Please come back and fill it out again. Okay, that's kind of a ninja strategy. So it's unchecked by default because we don't want you to get confused when you get a notice that doesn't have an email address for you to follow up. So by default, it's off. Okay. Your email address is not ryan@virtualresults.net. That's me. Definitely change this or you will send me all of your leads. Don't do that, okay? I won't like it and you won't like it either. This is the subject line to yourself, to yourself or your team. You could do this whatever is going to make sense for you. Okay? And this section right here contains the message that that you're going to get whenever you get a lead. You'll always get a property address, you'll always get an email, and these other fields, these are optional, and most of the time I recommend against it. The one that you might want to try for is phone, but we've got a lot of features in this plugin, which actually I won't go into here in this video, but it's no problem to have these fields and the merge codes in the email. They'll just show up blank when you get it, and that's absolutely normal and not something you need to worry about. Now, what is important is the email that you're going to send to your potential client. Okay, please personalize this. You can do better than this, I think. Similarly, I've worked really hard to write an amazing email, but it's generic, right? I can't say anything about you or your business or anything like that. So put it in there. Go ahead, put a PS, put your Facebook, put whatever. Remember, the point of this is to try to start a conversation. So you might not want to give them everything at once. You might want to ask for a little bit of something. You might want to ask a leading question, have they done anything to their home, and so on and so forth. Now, I actually recommend that you leave this blank. This is actually the title of the Cloud CMA report used in the Cloud CMA report. And the way it's used is it says, this report was prepared for, and you're supposed to say, like Bob Jones or something. But we can't do that because in most cases people don't put their names, don't give us their names. So by default, if it's blank, it's going to use the email address. So that works. It says, this report prepared especially for Bob at bobjones.com, your client, and it looks good. The only other thing I can think of that you could put here that would work is something like homeowner or Torrance homeowner or something like that. Okay, this email address right here, absolutely do not change unless you are an email expert. Okay, the reason is we work really hard to get these reports delivered by email, and we have done all kinds of things to guarantee deliverability of this address from this site. Okay, now when people reply to you, this is where you want to have your email address here. Okay, don't have them reply to me, have them reply to you. But it's okay if the email comes from us, and that actually happens all the time. You're probably not aware of it. There's a from address and a reply to address. Okay, so unless you are an absolute email expert, leave this default, change this. Okay, hit Save Changes. Next up, miscellaneous. Now, in a separate video, I'm going to walk you through how to set up your Cloud CMA. When you do that, I need you to come here, click this, and enter in your API key right here. Your API key is a big long string of numbers and letters. It's really nonsensical. That's all you have to do. You need to click this radio button here, add your API key here. This connects this website with your Cloud CMA account. Okay, without this connection, you've got a nice website and a nice Cloud CMA account, but they can't work together. Okay, so change this radio button, enter your Cloud CMA API key. In a separate video, I'll show you how to get that. Come down and hit Save Changes. Next up, the Extra Detail tab. This is all for the advanced user video that we're going to do, so ignore this for now. Suffice it to say that you can ask people to give you their phone number. You can require that they give you their phone number. We've got options, but start simple, because with options comes complexity, and with complexity comes potential problems. So you do have to understand what you're doing. Leave this unchecked. When this is unchecked, let's just say leave this unchecked for now, and the default settings in place until you're ready for the advanced. Okay, and with that, we're going to hit Save Changes, and we're done. It's that simple. It's probably a 5-minute setup. I mean, of course, you could get as in-depth as you want, but it's nice just to get it up and running and then customize from there. All right, the next step is all done. When we do that, it's going to take us out of this wizard. It's going to automatically exit the wizard for us, and we're back here. Now, if you've done that, if you're done, you're off to the races. Your site's working, and you can test it out yourself. And I encourage you to do that by all means. However, from time to time, you'll want to come back here and change something up. Maybe you want to get back to the home page, but you don't want to run the wizard. Maybe you want to get straight to your thank you page. Maybe you did everything except Cloud CMA and you hit save, and you need to get back there now. So you just hit site settings, and you'll be right back there. In addition, pro and enthusiast level members will be able to put in Google Analytics. You'll be able to put in Facebook Analytics right on the thank you page. And you'll be able to even make this a custom domain. What that means is that instead of professional homevalueguides.com. It could be Torrance homevalueguides.com. It could be your site. It could be cma.yoursite.com. Whatever it is, it's an easy setup, and this shows you exactly how to do it right here. Okay? So thank you so much for being with us. We're really, really excited to have you. Wish you just tons and tons of success using the product. Thanks again.